Your top stories this evening, sponsored by Corps, bringing value home. President's antagonism towards the press again on full display. Demands that he be addressed as President Ali. President calls on Guyanese to embrace unity and compassion as Youman Nabi is observed. APNU demands forensic audit as ballot box crisis rocks 2025 elections. And the schools to open on September 8th for 2025-2026 academic year. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm ALETHEA Grant with the Friday, 5th September 2025 edition of the HGP Nightly News. This is what you should know this evening. President Irfan Ali's aggression towards the press was once again on full display when he was approached by Nightly News. His tone was much softer when questioned by the state media. Travis Chase reports.
Presidential candidate of the People's Progressive Party Civic Mohammed Irfan Ali and the sitting president showed up at the Guyana Elections Commission on Friday as the recount for several regions continued. HGP Nightly News approached President Ali for a comment on the reported irregularities found during the recount of the ballots for the 2025 elections. I'm asking you a simple question. Did you observe any irregularities at all?
None.
None.
This election is free and fair.
In his usual style, President Ali became increasingly hostile towards the press and demanded that he be addressed as president and not Mohammed Irfan Ali. Did you personally, as Mohammed Irfan Ali, observe any irregularities? President Mohammed Irfan Ali. Did you? Did you? Hold on, sir. No, sir. Sir, listen. This is not a confrontation. No, hold on. No, Mr. President, this is not a confrontation. I understand you are. No, hold on. You are surrounded by. You have respect too, but you have as well. President Ali, over the last 5 years, has grown into a key anti-journalism figure that has contributed to a recent decline in press freedom in Guyana. His antagonism towards the independent press, when key questions are asked, was on full display, even before the announcement of the final results of the 2025 general and regional elections.
You guys want to create a narrative.
No, not you guys, sir.
You guys, you're part of it.
No, don't say that. Don't accuse me. No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
I have a democratic right.
My democratic right is saying you're wrong.
And I can say my democratic right
you're wrong.
is that Travis Chase is part of a narrative that is trying to create mischief.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You have a good day.
Always.
A very confrontational President Irfan Ali accused. Sorry, ma'am. What are you saying, my minister?
Say what you want to say.
A very confrontational Irfan Ali. The president did not take further questions from Nightly News, but instead walked away with his supporters cheering behind. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Meanwhile, as Muslims across the country observe Youman Nabi, President Irfan Ali is urging citizens to practice forgiveness, empathy, and community harmony in their daily lives. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
President Irfan Ali, in his message to the nation, the head of state called on citizens to resist division and strengthen the bonds that hold Guyana's multi-ethnic and multi-religious society together. He reminded the country that the Prophet's teachings remain relevant to modern challenges.
For his was a life marked by compassion, wisdom, humility, and justice. The Prophet's life remains a perpetual light to the world. His teachings instruct us that true greatness lies not in wealth or power, but in mercy, unity, and service to others.
The president said Guyanese must resist forces that seek to create discord and instead focus on unity across faiths, ethnicities, and communities.
Division weakens us, but unity that spans faith, ethnicities, and communities strengthens the bond that bind our people together.
He further reminded citizens that religion must be lived not only in words and rituals, but also in deeds that reflect kindness and forgiveness in daily life.
The true test of our devotion is seen in the way we treat each other, including the most vulnerable and the forgotten. It is about how we show empathy. It is about how we show love.
The president warned against envy, mistrust, and hatred, urging Guyanese to see Youman Nabi as a time to recommit to peace and justice.
If you're to build a just, harmonious, and prosperous society, we must resist the forces that divide and weaken us. We must strive to put things into perspective, to avoid any act that seek to undercut the unity of our people.
He concluded by encouraging citizens to let the Prophet's example guide their everyday actions, stressing that this is the path to a stronger, more harmonious Guyana. Tiana Ko reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
A partnership for national unity has intensified its post-election battle, demanding a forensic audit of ballots from the September 1 polls and warning that the declared results do not reflect the will of the people. Here is more.
In a September 4 letter to GECOM Chair Justice retired Claudette Singh, APNU presidential candidate Aubrey Norton charged that widespread irregularities and breaches of the Representation of the People's Act makes any declaration wholly unreliable. The party pointed to unsigned statements of poll, incomplete forms, and polling agents being denied accurate copies after the count. It further accused GECOM of biased conduct during recounts, rejecting ballots cast for APNU while accepting questionable ones for the PPPC, and claimed that officials failed to properly announce ballot stamps and serial numbers. Norton also alleged direct tampering with ballot boxes, naming containers where seals were missing or broken. Calling the situation a deliberate abrogation of the people's will, Norton urged GECOM to halt all final declarations until a forensic audit is completed. If not, APNU warned, new elections will be the only credible option. The letter was also dispatched to international stakeholders, including the US, the UK, Canada, EU, CARICOM, the Commonwealth, the Carter Center, and the OAS, in a clear bid to rally external pressure. APNU is not alone. The We Invest in Nationhood Win Party, led by Azruddin Mohammed, has claimed missing statements of poll, cash for vote schemes in hinterland communities, tampered ballot boxes, and even non-citizens voting. Mohammed argued it was numerically and politically impossible for the PPPC to win Region 4, long an opposition stronghold, and accused the ruling party of intimidation through tents stationed outside polling places. Win also challenged ballots counted as valid despite X marks falling outside the designated boxes. The Forward Guyana movement has added fuel to the fire, demanding answers over video footage showing ballot boxes removed from containers with seals missing. The group blasted GECOM for gaslighting the public by condemning the filming of the boxes rather than addressing what was caught on camera, calling the response an insult to voters' intelligence. International observers have been cautious but critical. The European Union Observer Mission praised polling day as peaceful and orderly, but flagged the PPPC's advantage of incumbency, blurred lines between state and party, misuse of public resources, and the absence of effective campaign finance laws. APNU has seized on those findings as validation of its demand for an audit. While the PPPC celebrates a commanding victory, including an historic win in Region 4, the opposition is fractured between APNU, Win, and Forward Guyana, each questioning the process from different angles. Their claims differ in detail but converge on one theme, that the election was flawed by bias, intimidation, or tampering. The standoff has now left Guyana in a crisis of confidence. GECOM insists the recount process is orderly and transparent, but the opposition warns that brushing aside mounting evidence risks silencing voters and undermining democracy. As APNU told GECOM, unless a forensic audit is done, the results of the 2025 elections will remain untrustworthy. This is Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
More news after this break. Stay with us.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover a solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc., powering your life with elegance, quality.
Mom, did you tell him that Danny went to pick up KFC?
No, wait a minute. Are we really not going to tell him we already have KFC?
A tasty dinner shouldn't be that complicated. Crunch the routine and order a delicious KFC bucket for the best price. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Commissioner Rolf Establishment. No job is too small or too large. We specialize in all types of fabricating machinery, excavator repairs, rice field pumps, and hydraulic hoses. Visit us at Lot 113, Block CC, Monrepo, East Coast, and Marara, or call 220-9624, 629-4021, or 619-7880. At Krishna Rolf Establishment, no job is too small or too large.
First, you with the HGP Nightly News. The right to vote is meaningless if the system that protects and counts those votes is compromised. That's the position of the Forward Guyana movement as the party calls for an investigation to be launched. Travis Chase is on that story.
Amidst widespread irregularities in the conduct of the 2025 general and regional elections, the Forward Guyana movement is on record calling for an urgent and immediate investigation into ballot box tampering. Spokesperson for the movement, Randolph Critchlow, told Nightly News on Friday that the evidence so far is damning and warrants an investigation.
That our general position right now is that an investigation is necessary. An investigation is imminent. It should happen. GECOM cannot ignore this. And the Guyana Police Force also has to act accordingly.
The young politician said the Forward Guyana movement has also taken note of the position of the Guyana Elections Commission, accusing the elections body of failing to address the damning issue of ballot box tampering.
And the people of Guyana have a right to know whether GECOM has a right, first of all, to come out and say to us and to disprove or to prove the veracity of this video evidence. And so if there is evidence of ballot box tampering, it goes to figure that GECOM would want to say calm the Guyanese people and say to them, look, this is not real, this is not so. Instead of gaslighting people and being silent and dismissive of the evidence, the alleged evidence that is out there.
According to the movement, when a ballot box is tampered with, it is not only the box that is violated, it is the will of the people that is violated. It is the voice of the voter that is silenced, and the Guyana Elections Commission has a solemn duty to safeguard that will.
People of Guyana, not only for Guyana, the people of Guyana, they have little confidence in GECOM just to do the right thing, right? And so we saw a statement come out from the Guyana Elections Commission chastising the persons who would have put out the video, instead of dealing with the matter at hand that this is alleged evidence of ballot tampering, or ballot box tampering. And so they went into this gaslighting mode as to say who sent out the video, why they sent out the video, instead of dealing with the evidence that has been uncovered in the video.
Up to the time of this report, ballot boxes continued to arrive at the Guyana Elections Commission. The recount of votes cast in the general and regional elections for Sub-District 4, East Coast Demerara, was still not completed. Ballot boxes for part of Region 5, Mahaica, West Berbice, arrived Thursday evening at the Guyana Elections Commission, and those are yet to be recounted. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
The Guyana Elections Commission has cleared the air after several statements of poll that were uploaded to its website one day after the just concluded general and regional elections. 2 days later, those very SOPs bearing the same characteristics then revealed inconsistencies. Marvin Cato reports.
The Guyana Elections Commission has uploaded several statements of poll that has left the public wondering what really transpired at some polling stations throughout the length and breadth of Guyana on election day. Several blank statement of polls, SOPs, were uploaded to GECOM's website without any information in the columns where political parties were listed, but clearly contained only signatures. Polling day data was clearly missing. These very SOPs were subsequently updated to GECOM's site a day later, and all of them included polling day data. Nightly News contacted GECOM's Public Relations Officer, Yolanda Ward, and Ms. Ward did clarify that the issues surrounding those SOPs were brought to the attention of GECOM, and measures were taken to correct those inconsistencies. However, one would believe that the presiding officers would exercise due diligence in ensuring checks and balances were made, leaving no room for doubt or confusion. Meanwhile, a Partnership for National Unity APNU and WIN, We Invest in Nationhood, have requested recounts for Districts 4 and 7 APNU and 4 and 8 WIN respectively. The recount process commenced on Thursday, September 4th and is ongoing. The ballot recount request for District 8 by WIN was denied by GECOM, and information for the recount of ballots for District 7 by APNU was not available to date. Meanwhile, on Thursday night, video footage appearing on several WIN candidates and supporters' Facebook page showed several ballot boxes missing the necessary security features placed there by some political parties after the request for a recount was granted by GECOM and the containers containing the ballot boxes were opened. This is Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
With We Invest in Nationhood WIN now set to become the main opposition, People's Progressive Party Civics General Secretary Barrett Jagdeo says his party would have preferred collaborating with the Partnership for National Unity on key national issues. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
With the People's Progressive Party, PPPC, set to be the ruling party, and We Invest in Nationhood WIN set to become the main opposition in the new parliament, General Secretary Barrett Jagdeo said on Thursday during his press conference that there is always room for collaboration on national issues with APNU, noting that both parties tend to adopt patriotic positions, given their shared views on the country's territorial integrity and sovereignty as invaluable.
I think we had a common understanding on that. I'm not so sure about the Win Party. They're transactional. The link with Maduro is still not fully explored.
He added that he believes APNU miscalculated the Win Party and its possible influence.
We knew they were going to become the third force in parliament. We said this to many of their leaders. So we saw this happening entirely. It didn't catch us by surprise.
Jagdeo stressed that APNU now has to go back to the drawing table, explaining that their hatred for the PPPC prevented them from thinking strategically. He emphasized that when a political party allows animosity toward another party to dominate its tactics and strategy, failure is inevitable.
When they think about rebuilding, they have to think about how they tackle that variable and how they're going to relate now to that political party.
For the first time, the PNC-led APNU will not hold a majority opposition as the PPP is in government. Tiana Ko reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
More news ahead. Stay tuned.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1. Give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Mom, did you tell him that Danny went to pick up KFC?
No, wait a minute. Are we really not going to tell him we already have KFC?
A tasty dinner shouldn't be that complicated. Crunch the routine and order a delicious KFC bucket for the best price. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
It's sippy out. It's sippy out. Sippy out, we're on. Man, girl, and boy. Feel the sippy out joy from every nation. In the Caribbean, larger than life. We're building legends in this Caribbean nation. We're all in. It's sippy out.
We're all in. Republic Bank, title sponsor and official bank of the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League.
Granny, what are you doing on the right of way? Like you're saying let the sunshine stretch your legs. Sunshine? Look, forget I ask. You know you're not supposed to be on the right of way, Granny. But I am digging, building, burning, or planting. No horsing wrong, no horse riding, or nothing for doing horses. But sunshine? But you and sunshine get out the right of way. Sunshine will be glad. Good.
You with the HGP Nightly News. The Carter Center has recommended to policymakers that they urgently review Guyana's existing legislation, which addresses the requirements for Commonwealth citizens voting at future elections. Details in this report.
Certain sections of social media exploded amid sheer videos and images of purported Commonwealth citizens who did not meet the domicile requirement casting their ballots during the just concluded September 1, 2025 general and regional elections. Jason Carter, chairperson of the Carter Center Board of Trustees, said that while this issue may not seem outrageous from a legal standpoint, policymakers must review the subject to avoid issues at future elections.
But there are issues, for example, that this new parliament, this new government may want to take up. And if so, they can go through those processes and deal with them.
Article 151 of Guyana's constitution states that every person may vote at an election if they meet certain conditions, which specifically applies to citizens of Guyana and Commonwealth citizens who are both domiciled and resident in Guyana. Domicile means that the person must consider Guyana their permanent home, while resident is a person who may have lived in Guyana for at least 1 year, immediately before qualifying date for registration. Mr. Carter noted that incumbency is critical to matters such as these.
And when you do this collection of things, and when you address them in this new parliament and with this new government, just some clarity, bright lines instead of blurry lines that tell us what and how is an appropriate conduct versus inappropriate conduct, I think that would be very, very valuable.
Aubrey Norton, the presidential candidate for the Partnership for National Unity, contends that while monitoring the count, his party discovered unsigned statements of polls, missing numerical data, and ballots cast by Commonwealth citizens who did not meet the domicile requirement.
We also recognize that there are many Commonwealth citizens who voted that didn't meet the domicile criteria. All of these, we believe, would have contributed to our conclusion that there are a lot of irregularities in these elections.
Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
A 19-year-old laborer has been charged with the murder of well-known Mucka businesswoman Desiree Heyman, whose death sent shockwaves through the East Bank Demerara community. Jada June reports.
A 19-year-old laborer has been charged with the brutal murder of a Mucka businesswoman, Desiree Heyman, a crime that left East Bank Demerara community in shock. The accused, Joshua Roach of North Lupenitent, squatting area Georgetown, appeared before Senior Magistrate Delon Bess at the Diamond Grove Magistrate Court on Thursday, where the capital charge of murder was formally read to him. Roach, who remained silent in court, was not required to enter a plea. He has been remanded to prison until October 14, when statements are expected to be presented. Police confirmed that Roach was charged under Section 100, subsection 1CI of the Criminal Law Offences Act, Chapter 801. He was arrested on August 19, the same day. Heyman's body was discovered at her home and business place on First Street, Mucka. Heyman, 56, was known for running a small but popular business in the community. The gruesome discovery of her body with visible wounds sparked outrage and fear among the residents, many of whom remembered her as a hardworking, community-minded woman who often helped others. Investigators believe that the attack was a robbery turned to murder. The killing has raised renewed concerns over the safety of small business owners, particularly women operating in vulnerable communities. Mucka, traditionally a close-knit East Bank village, has seen a recent increase in violent incidents, prompting police to step up patrols. Family members of the victim have vowed to pursue justice, calling Heyman's death a devastating loss that should be remembered. As the case heads to the court in October, Mucka residents remain in mourning, united in grief and demanding accountability for the violence that has shaken their community. Jada June reported for HGP Nightly News.
As the long August break comes to a close, students and teachers across the country are gearing up for a brand new academic year. The Ministry of Education has issued a warm welcome as schools prepare to reopen for students next Monday, that's September 8th. Jada June reports.
The Ministry of Education has confirmed that schools nationwide will officially reopen on Monday, September 8, 2025. Marking the start of the 2025 to 2026 academic year. School was initially expected to commence the academic year on September 1st, but due to the just concluded general and regional elections, the date was pushed back. In a statement released Friday, the Ministry of Education expressed its excitement to welcome back both students and teachers after the August holiday break. The ministry also extended well wishes to parents, students, and educators, encouraging them to make the Christmas term a successful one. Special recognitions to better accommodate the growing student population. Among them are the newly rebuilt Christchurch Secondary equipped with modern classrooms and enhanced learning resources. The Ministry of Education says these new schools reflect its continued investment in performances in the year CSEC examinations, which saw a notably improvement in mathematics and science subjects. Hundreds of students who wrote the 2025 National Grade 6 Assessment will now transition into secondary schools, bringing a fresh wave of energy and potential to classroom nationwide. The ministry says this is a key moment to build on academic achievement and strengthen learning outcomes for the future. As preparations continue across the country, schools are expected to resume on full schedule next week, ushering in a new year of learning and growth. Jada June reporting for HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned for regional news.
Live the island dream. It's your chance to be one of over 100 winners in the Island Dream promotion. Win your share of more than $1 million in cash and prizes. Plus 2 all-inclusive weekend staycations for 2. And that's not all. Score coolers packed with Buster, Turbo, Altitude, and Viva. Just buy any can or bottle of Turbo, Buster, Altitude, or Viva. Find the code starting with BB. Then visit at Buster Guyana or Turbo_Caribbean on IG or Facebook for details.
Live the island dream, get money. Live the island dream.
Mom, did you tell him that Danny went to pick up KFC?
No, wait a minute. Are we really not going to tell him we already have KFC?
A tasty dinner shouldn't be that complicated. Crunch the routine and order a delicious KFC bucket for the best price. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Granny, what you doing on the right of way? Like your ALETHEA sunshine, stretch your legs. Sunshine? Look, forget I ask. You know you're not supposed to be on the right of way, Granny. But I ain't digging, building, burning, or planting. No horse in the wrong, no horse riding, or nothing for doing horses. But Sunshine, but you and Sunshine get out the right of way. Sunshine, I'll be glad. Good.
These nice products I cook with proper things. Peppies, you get the best and these things. Oh no, bless up.
Okay. Pack up these things. Yellow, you put the things in the car.
Loving you is easy cause you're beautiful. Do-da-do-da-do. I love you, and you, and you, and you, and you. I love all of you.
Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
And you. I love Peppies.
I am an industrial hygienist at ExxonMobil Guyana. I focus on employee health and well-being and develop programs that protect my colleagues. I am one of 1,400 women employed in Guyana's oil and gas industry.
As a local content analyst at ExxonMobil Guyana, I work directly with the local business community. I focus on the numbers, helping Guyana's economy and people benefit from oil and gas. This is what's possible.
Learn more about Rochelle and Ashley's stories and about ExxonMobil's commitment to empowering women in the workplace at www.exxonmobil.com/what-is-possible.
Good evening and welcome to Friday's edition of the Regional News. 2 Venezuelan F-16 fighter jets flew over a U.S. Navy destroyer in the Caribbean on Thursday, a U.S. official said, triggering a stern U.S. warning to Venezuela against interfering in intensifying U.S. military operations in the Caribbean. The incident, which the Pentagon said occurred in international waters, further raises tensions just 2 days after a U.S. strike killed 11 people aboard a vessel from Venezuela that President Donald Trump said was carrying illegal narcotics. Legal experts have raised questions about the attack despite the Trump administration arguments that it has the authority to strike alleged members of a criminal gang, Tren de Aragua, trafficking drugs to the United States, after Washington designated a terrorist organization earlier this year. Trinidad and Tobago was the sole CARICOM member to back the United States military presence in the region at an emergency meeting of the Community of Latin American and Caribbean States, CELAC. Foreign and CARICOM Affairs Minister Sean Sobers said yesterday that CELAC requested a meeting on Monday and sought to draft a communique on behalf of all members condemning the U.S. military presence in the Caribbean. Essentially, what the communique was saying is that the presence of the U.S. within the region, the military presence, could cause instability, and it could be a threat against, essentially, regional security, Sobers said. However, he said, Trinidad and Tobago, along with some Latin American countries, objected. CARICOM is yet to make a statement on the ongoing U.S. presence in the region. The U.S. has ordered the deployment of 10 F-35 fighter jets to a Puerto Rico airfield to conduct operations against drug cartels. Two sources briefed on the matter said, in a move likely to further inflame tensions in the region. The advanced fighter jets will be added to an already bristling U.S. military presence in the southern Caribbean as President Donald Trump carries out a campaign pledge to crack down on groups he blames for funneling drugs into the United States. Friday's deployment comes 3 days after U.S. forces attacked a boat that Trump said was carrying, quote-unquote, massive amount of drugs from Venezuela, killing 11 people. The strike appeared to set the stage for a sustained military campaign in Latin America. Thank you for watching. I am Tiana Cole.
President's antagonism towards the press again on full display, demands that he be addressed as President Ali. President calls on Guyanese to embrace unity and compassion as Youman Nabi has observed. APNU demands forensic auditors ballot box crisis rocks 2025 elections, and schools to open on September 8 for 2025-2026 academic year. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm ALETHEA Grant. Thanks for watching.